The burning of Takayasha him and her bloodline. The sorceress princess did not fear the flames. She was the flame, hidden beneath centuries of silken spells. They called him the Baron, but he had seen only 17 winters. Noble by birth, yes, but born with a soul wounded by shadows that were never his. He did not weep. He whispered ancient names, echoes of something that should never have been remembered. Onryo, no. Kami, a title earned in death, for his hatred did not burn it breathed. And in the crackle of the fire, something from beyond heard him.
Yurehime Kuronaka, the princess of the Black Shadow. Elegant, silent, she wove illusions from the sorrow of the world. Akumako Tenshahana, the demon flower. Bright, mischievous, she laughed as chaos kept dancing. Before the flames, they were daughters of a sorceress, from a bloodline sealed in blood, shadow, and shame. And when the eldest son fell, the castle did not mourn. The castle created them. To Yurehime was given the sorrow of the world, the gift of keeping a silence so deep that even the dead could hear her. Akumako was given the crooked laughter, the flower that blooms only in cursed soil. She shone, yes, but like poison shines when it's already too late. They were raised with tales no child should hear, with rituals that were never games, with names that could not be spoken twice. And when the pyre came, there was no plea, only a promise. We will return when the rift opens.
Today, centuries later, they return, not as the boy and the girls, but as a possessing echo, as the whisper behind the door, as the shadow that crawls beneath the skin. They do not possess out of hatred. They possess out of memory, because what was taken from them is now what they claim. And as long as the castle breathes, they will not leave, because the fire did not consume them, it awakened them. They are the shadow that lives in the rift, the living memory of the cursed bloodline. And in their dark breath, the story remakes itself again and again. Not all burned that day. Takayasha, him fell, yes, but only in the eyes of the world. She was not ash. She was seed buried in rage, watered in blood.
She returned, without a name, without a story, but her eyes still burned. The queen fell ill with every moon, and in her frailty, Takayasha saw her chance. Under her care, the queen did not heal. She faded sweetly, and the king, widowed and weak, opened the gates he had once ordered sealed. She did not ask for vengeance, she asked for love. She wed her killer, and slept in the bed where her blood had once burned. They were not hers, but she cared for them as if they were. Tonio Hiko and Raffaeru, heirs to the bloodline, and pieces in the game.
As the hallway breathed silence, their bodies collapsed, unconscious. Eo Rosic vanished, leaving behind the doubt of whether she was herself or something else. In the depths of the castle, the witch did not rest. With every gesture, the ritual sealed, and a forgotten force claimed its place. And from the shadows, two silent witnesses understood the night was not over. The castle was preparing to awaken. where the mist had turned to stone. They found them lying, as if time itself had forgotten them. Their bodies were cold, yet their breath still sought to return. They came back wounded, but alive, and the echo of what they had seen would remain with them. While the others gathered, they moved forward through the living rift in the earth where only memory could guide their steps.
All good, Senor Miyagi. So good to see you again.
Gooby, where's your group? My shortcut worked. We found a cave, and something else.
Areli, Araujo, Vans, Horgem, and Maxi regrouped at the cave entrance. The plan was simple: hold, regroup, while the night descended upon their shoulders like an unfulfilled promise.
Wait, one. I know where Takayasha hides the scroll. It could help me compose a powerful poem, but I know it holds more secrets she never wished to share.
That scroll was no fairy tale. Nico soon understood. It was a sacred text of vengeance, the bitter chronicle of a marriage sealed in hatred.
And then, time bent. Takayasha, him learned to weave love into the hearts of 3 innocents. And when the moment was ripe, her thirst for vengeance rose cruel, without mercy. Tonyohiko, at 19, lived his first days as a man. Between arrows, bows, and campfires, he learned the ancient customs of royal hunting. All seemed joy. Takayasha prepared the arrangements for Rafairu's grand celebration. He would turn 17, the same age as her secret son, Yukihime Kurosaka.
Sleep, Rafaru, for at the threshold of the abyss your mother waits, and soon, very soon, your father will cross the shadows to keep you company. Now, before your eyes, lives the pain I endured. You have seen how I took the life of the one you loved most. You stole them from me with cowardly soldiers and fire. I do it with my own hands, before your eyes not hidden away in a castle. I will grant you the same compassion you gave me, but I will succeed where you could not. You will join your beloved son in the beyond, while I continue to care for Tonyohiko as I have all these years.
The scroll was no map, but a mirror of ancient pain. 3 names, 3 wounds, and between the lines, Takayasha's fracture. Nico uncovered her secret.
From pain came verse, and from verse, the trap. Her secrets are mine now. This poem isn't art, it's true love.
According to Nico's reading, the castle holds the souls of Takayasha's children.
The king ordered them burned. If we destroy the castle, we might free our possessed allies' brothers.
We'll have to find a way to get them out of the castle.
Alex, Geon, and Bruxo are not alone. They're vessels of the cursed bloodline. Fire could break the bond, but first, they must be taken out. Vans loaded explosives. Ursus called for torches. Araujo mapped the terrain. Maxi, Horgem, and Moist Sita guarded hidden routes. The possessed still lingered inside. Without removing them, the fire could destroy them before setting them free. A plan had to come first. So a ruse was woven to lure Alex, Geon, and Bruxo out before the flames began their fury. Through trickery, they were led to the forest, a refuge where the shadows in their bodies would perish in fire as the castle fell to ruin. Juan placed the charges. Gooby, Kawi, and Miyagi sealed the exits, ensuring escape routes for the possessed. Fire would be both justice and key. Everything was ready. The possessed had been freed, but with the amulet on his chest and Takayasha's magic cloaking the castle, neither arrows nor fire could breach that cursed defense. The wall was impenetrable until Ursus, the Fire Ronin, spoke.
I have a plan, but for it to work, you must all attack at once. Make Alterion and Takayasha believe we're trying to storm in. I will take the cave.
Ursus, what are you thinking? I know you, and I don't like what I'm imagining.
Ursus, Ulysses, your eyes. Too calm, too certain. My heart screams something's wrong.
Trust me, brothers. I always think of you, and in your hearts, I carry the strength for what's coming.
As the group launched their simultaneous attack, Ursus entered the cave alone like a true Ronin. His voice was the last song. His flames the final promise, and when fire embraced him, the castle shook. The dragon's roar fell silent. The magic broke, and over the burning ruins only the echo remained of the Fire Ronin.
Brother, no, your sacrifice won't be in vain, but this pain has no relief.
This was no time for mourning. The sacrifice was already made, and Takayashi's fury had only grown. Her demons had fallen, her castle reduced to dust, yet her thirst for vengeance still burned. And she still had her greatest creation, Altherion. It was then, when fear clouded hearts, when they thought all was lost.
Do not fear, brothers. Before writing the poem, Ursus and I had one final talk. He asked me to read this if everything went wrong. I shall use the words of the now legend Ursus U47, the Ronin.
Takayasha Hime raised Toniohiko as if he were her own son, and when the king and his youngest son were murdered, she used that pain to open the door to vengeance.
My son, they have betrayed us. The king's soldiers killed your brother before he saw 17 winters. Ah, yes, your glorious father. So brave, so honorable. They caught him off guard, they held him down, and forced him to watch as they murdered his most beloved son. You know I was a sorceress. I confessed that secret, in case one day it became necessary. That day has come. If you allow me, I can turn those soldiers into crow demons and Onisama. They will be bound to obey blindly.
Pain, rage, confusion led Toniohiko to accept, and so the spell was cast. The king's loyalists, the noble warriors, were turned into demons serving Takayasha. Not out of hate, but out of cursed love.
For years, they spread terror across the land. They invaded villages, disguised as promises and progress. They brought disease, vice, war. They caused the death of Ursus's parents.
Raiders of continents, they forged an empire of impunity. Laws for the few, punishment for the many. Chaos reigned under their banners.
But they made a mistake. They captured Pure Strike. And there, between shattered dimensions, Takayasha Hime tasted fear. She was defeated by Miss Wick and Baba Yaga. The fire of the Ronin and the loyalty of his allies ended her demons that had once been the king's samurai. Takayasha realized she no longer had an army. No Oni Lord Sama, no crow demons, only one last spell.
Pain in her heart, but also love, true love, because in all the darkness, Toniohiko was her only ray of tenderness, her adopted son, her mother's love.
Mother, what's happening?
We've been invaded. From behind, a demon huntress attacked me and I had to escape. They destroyed our army. I have only one last spell left. You trust me, don't you?
Yes, you know, I love you like a mother.
And with caresses, prayers from beyond, and frozen tears, Takayasha Hime transformed him into her final creation, Altherion, the Ice Dragon.
Now, with the truth of what happened, I have crafted this poem with the help of Ursus, assisted by AI, because Ursus tends to swallow letters, always with a steaming cup of coffee in hand.
As Altherion and Takayasha Hime hear his voice, their minds drift into a waking dream, journeying into a world of imagination and memory.
Child without night, wind and moon, your breath was a song in the womb of the abyss. A small flame that knows not how to fade, a broken seed holding the entire world within. When your eyes danced over the snow, I learned from your sacred music. Child of the rift and crystal, hear this voice, not as an echo, but as memory. With this powerful poem, the truth in Takayasha's eyes will be etched in eternal ice.
In the ice, Takayasha's memory plays, her eyes like a state-of-the-art projector 1200K Ultra, everyone watching closely, not out of gossip, but to truly understand.
And in her heart, a seed of hatred grew. She lost what she loved most, and revenge became her only answer. She saw her children burn at the stake beside her, powerless to save them. She could only save herself.
Now, reveal the truth of your vengeance. Takayasha him, my poem commands it.
The truth was projected in the ice. Takayasha him thought she had found justice, but it was vengeance, and her soul was stained with blood. Truth does not seek comfort. It only unveils what happened.
Mother, I forgive you, but you and I no longer belong to this world.
The amulet released its final ray of ice light. Mother and son transcended not in hatred, but in true, mutual love.
Nico's voice brought the ice dragon the memory of his brother. And in that ancient whisper, humanity returned to him. The spell was broken.
Not all magic burns, nor do all farewells destroy. There are spells that do not hurt, where love blooms, shadows transcend. And here, it is the true love of a mother and a son, not of blood, but of soul. And so, between ice and light, this story sings its final verse, reaching its end.
Not this guy again with his nonsense. Now he sacrifices himself. And just when the story was getting good.
I even shared the channel, bought 5 phones, opened 10 new accounts. For what?
Let's get back at his sister, Aurelie.
We can't.
And why not?
Because that bastard burned us. Don't you watch the episodes? Or do you have crows in your head?
Oh, right. I remember. And yes, I do have crows in my head.
My son, it's not your time yet. A destiny still awaits, unsealed. And more stories will be born from your wandering soul, like ink that has yet to touch the page.